Most people get the financial markets completely backwards. It's actually kind of wild, because when you really look at it, most traders are addicted, but they aren't addicted to profits. They aren't even addicted to the charts. No, they're addicted to the action, to physically clicking that buy and sell button. And let me tell you, that addiction right there, that is exactly why they never make any real money. So, today, we're going to systematically rebuild your mindset from the ground up. Here is exactly how we're going to break it down. First, we'll look at the addiction to action. Second, trading your emotions. Third, the machine gunner versus the sniper approach. Fourth, the power of exclusion. And finally, number 5, we'll wrap up with the ultimate trading filter. All right, let's dive straight into part 1, the addiction to action. Let me throw something at you that might sound completely insane at first. If you actually feel productive while you're trading, you're probably doing it wrong. I know, right? It goes against everything we're taught culturally. We are completely wired to believe that doing more yields more results. But the markets will actively punish that exact behavior. Think about your last few trading days. Be totally honest with yourself here. How many trades did you take because they were absolutely perfect setups? And how many did you take just because you were sitting there staring at the charts, just waiting for something to happen? That silence, that waiting, that pure discomfort. Well, most traders literally can't handle it. So, how do they escape it? By forcing a trade. Because here is the biggest lie in the entire trading world. More opportunities equals more money. No way. Absolutely not. More discipline equals more money. The market is never, ever short of opportunities. What it's short of is traders who actually have the discipline to wait for the right one. This false promise, this idea that there are endless trades you need to catch, that is exactly what drains your account. Which brings us right to section 2, trading your emotions. Early on in my own journey, I really thought I was disciplined. I had my rules, I had my specific sets, I had a whole plan, but every single time the market slowed down, I broke all of it. And it wasn't because I didn't know better, it was because sitting there doing nothing actually felt like failure. So I traded not to make money, but simply to escape the boredom. And that's when a really dangerous realization hit me. I wasn't trading the market at all. I was trading my emotions. The chart is so often just a blank canvas where we just project our own internal unrest. We tell ourselves, oh yeah, this is a valid setup. Really, it's just a reaction to exactly how we're feeling in that specific moment. Just look at how this plays out. You're bored? The resulting action is you enter a random trade just to feel something. You're anxious? You end up closing a perfectly good winning trade way too early. Excited? Suddenly you're increasing your risk parameters. Do you see the pattern here? Your internal emotional states are completely dictating terrible market actions. For every single one of those decisions, the chart was just a convenient excuse. All right, section 3, the machine gunner versus the sniper. To fundamentally change how you execute, you really need to understand that there are basically 2 types of traders out there. You've got the machine gunner and you've got the sniper. The machine gunner, they fire at absolutely everything. A little bit of market noise, trade. A tiny insignificant move, trade. A totally random candle, trade. It's completely chaotic and reactive. But the sniper takes one shot, just one. But they only take it when every single thing aligns perfectly. And guess what? That one single shot pays out more than 50 random spray and pray trades. It is a highly selective, incredibly high reward approach. And to really become that sniper, you have to wrap your head around this mental model of time distortion. Because here is something incredibly strange about trading. Hours and hours of agonizing waiting, all just to lead to a few fleeting seconds of execution. But those few seconds, they determine absolutely everything. The crazy part, most people completely flip that around. They spend just a couple of seconds deciding to jump into a trade, and then they spend agonizing hours trying to manage a terrible position. They have the ratio of deciding versus managing completely backwards. Let's move on to section 4, the power of exclusion. I'll tell you, everything completely changed for me when I stopped asking myself, where can I enter, and started asking, does this trade actually deserve my capital? It is a massive, massive shift in your perspective, moving from this mindset of abundance to a mindset of strict selectivity. That one single question, does this deserve my money, automatically filters out like 90% of the garbage trades right off the bat. By demanding that a setup is actually worthy of the money you've worked so hard to build, you automatically exclude the vast majority of the useless noise on the chart. Because think about it, a real trading system isn't just about finding entries. It is fundamentally a mechanism of exclusion. Its real job is to tell you when not to trade. In fact, I'd argue the true strength of your system is measured by how many bad trades it keeps you out of, not just how many good trades it finds. Your system has to be your shield, not just your sword. But we really have to talk about the trap that almost no one mentions. Trading today has turned into a massive performance. You see it everywhere. People constantly posting their profits, sharing their perfect entries, flexing their big wins online. And suddenly, you feel this overwhelming pressure to participate. Like, if you're just sitting on your hands, you're missing out on the whole game. But listen to me. Trading is not a team sport. There is absolutely no prize for participation. The only prize is for precision. So let everyone else flex online while you quietly protect your capital. Let's just look at the cold mathematical reality for a second. Yes, missing a trade definitely feels painful. But you know what's infinitely worse? Entering a trade you had absolutely no business taking in the first place. One of those things kills your ego. The other one kills your account. And trust me, you can recover from a bruised ego in about 5 minutes. You cannot instantly recover lost capital. And that brings us perfectly to our final section, Section 5, the ultimate trading filter. Try this instead. Before you even touch your mouse to enter a trade, I want you to pause and ask yourself these 3 things. Number 1, if I take this trade and it loses, am I going to regret the decision? Number 2, did this setup actually come to me or did I go out chasing it? And number 3, would I still take this trade if absolutely no one ever saw it? Listen, if your answers to those questions aren't crystal clean, you already know exactly what to do. You stand down. Ultimately, doing this requires a real shift in who you are. At some point, you literally have to decide, are you here for the stimulation or are you here for the results? Because you cannot have both. The traders who actually survive and last in this game, they aren't the smartest ones. They aren't the fastest ones either. They are the ones who can sit in total silence while the market moves all around them and feel absolutely nothing. No urge, no pressure, no desperate need to act. That right there is true control. Here's a foundational truth you absolutely need to remember. You don't make money just by being in the market. You make money by being in the right trades. And that space between those trades, that is exactly where discipline lives. That is where real professionals are built. The magic doesn't actually happen during the trade itself. It happens in the patient, quiet silence between them. So the very next time you're sitting there staring at the chart, totally itching to take a trade, I want you to ask yourself this one final question. Am I about to make money? Or am I just trying to relieve my own discomfort? Because I promise you, those are 2 completely different decisions. Keep that question right at the front of your mind. Let it guide your restraint, and just watch how it completely transforms your results.